Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, finally we have Brawl Talk again. I'm finally back from vacation, guys, so daily uploads and streams will be back, and we're going to be diving into update information. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on like Buffies, and we're going through the Brawl Talk, which will be live tomorrow. We've got a premiere that we're going to go through, and again, just try and at least take a look at what we can expect with this update, because normally the Brawlidays is happening right now, but also just the Christmas time, the Brawlidays. I was just trying to think what the word was for it. It's normally really hype inside of Brawl Stars. So sometimes they do free brawlers, they just do a lot of rewards, there's like calendars and stuff. There's so much that goes on. So yeah, we already know a lot of update information, which again I'll go into. Again, there's just been so much that I've missed out on. So let's take a look at this poster pretty quickly. There's not really a lot to take a look at. It's just all of the brawlers in one, which is actually really cool. I love this. This make a really good background photo for a lot of phones and desktops, but let's take a look here. So if you take a look in the photo, it's like to the left near the middle, we've got this, the only brawler that doesn't make sense. Like every single, I had a look, everything makes sense. Every brawler is a brawler, right? If that makes sense. But this one isn't a part of Brawl Stars just yet. So this thing on this left hand side, like, what even is it? It's like some robot type of thing. It's next to Meeple. It's a part of Meeple's trio. I don't know what it actually is, but yeah, it looks like it's just some like circular thing. Maybe that's the eye. It's like a robot version of kind of Eve in a way. So that was kind of my understanding of it. But you guys can come up with your theories, see what trios it might lie under. But yeah, but it looks like we're going to get another robot, and I'll show you why. The reason why it looks so similar, take a look at the Brawl Talk thumbnail. There's also another one that we can see, but it looks like it's got some like circular head. It's got something like sticking out of it. Like, look at the arms, right? It kind of looks a bit robotic. Yeah, and then I don't even know what this thing is. Is that a new... Is that the new Brawl? I don't even know what that is, by the way. Again, I'm like completely out of the lore of things right now, as you can tell. I'm guessing that is some type of brawler. I don't even know, guys. You can let me, at this point, you guys have got to let me know. But as I've shown you in this graphic, you've got this like robotic thing over on the left. I think it looks pretty similar. And again, we go over to the Chosen Network. I'll leave a link to their Twitter, because they give a lot of good information about Brawl Stars. But let's take a look at the first one. So duration 12 minutes and 16 seconds. So we know this Brawl Talk is going to be a pretty long one, and we know the Buffies, Chaos. Yeah, we already know all of this. And if you take a look at the other Brawl Talk thumbnail, we can see here Marzio has the kit. Well, the kit mask there's a Mr. P mask. Are these going to be related to what potentially these brawlers could be in their trios? I mean, or at least relating to them in some type of lore. Again, like, it's a big hint, and it's the same silhouette right there. So some people are saying, you know, Meeple, Kit's trio. It's a robot though, so again, I'm not completely in tune with the trios right now, but these are about it in terms of the new brawlers. So we could be getting 1 or 2 new brawlers. I don't really suspect 3, because we are at 97 brawlers right now, and I think the next update after this one will be the one that focuses on the 100th brawler, because the 100th brawler has got to be something really cool, right? But let's lean into what we already know about the update. Again, before we talk about Buffies, Chaos drops, etc., a really good graphic again here by Chosen. He's absolutely goated with these type of things. But you can see the confirmed Buffies. We know that Shelly's going to get one. We know that Colt is going to get one. We know that Spike's going to get one. Frank and Kit are very likely. Again, that Kit mask might be like we might be seeing a Mr. P Buffy as well. If we see the Kit mask and Mr. P mask, 3 new brawlers. I've got a feeling it might be 2, or else they would have probably put like 100 brawlers in the title, right? That makes sense. No collab. I mean, there might be like smaller ones, perhaps. They might get a World Final skin, which Crazy Raccoon won. A steampunk theme. We've seen the Gale pin, I believe, which is part of that map make update. I don't know whether it's going to be that, because there's already so much in this update. I highly doubt that map make will be involved here. Valentine's Shade, which is pretty cool. New progression, Brawlidays skins, new club event, Lunar New Year skins. So there's a lot of information in this Brawl Talk, which I'm excited for. Now I'm going to go through what I think about Buffies, and just if you guys missed out on this, it is on the news tab. Again, you get to see Brawl Talk, and it will leave you straight, well, this link will give you straight to the Brawl Talk. My English is not working, my brain doesn't work, guys. I'm sorry for today's form. It's very poor. I've not done any videos for a while. All right, So yeah, with Buffies, so I am excited about Buffies. I feel like a lot of frustrations can lie on how hypercharges were implemented. So I watched Kairos's video, and I didn't want to say it, but Kairos said it himself. There was like a handful of people that got earlier access to Buffies information, and I was one of them. So I get some feedback back, nowhere near in the lengths of Kairos. By the way, Kairos absolutely insane in terms of his information that he gives back to the dev team. He's absolutely goated for that. But I did help a little bit, and straight away, like I said, like a lot of people complain about the price point of the Buffies, which is just insane because of, again, Kairos said it already, but they've lowered the cost of it dramatically, which is a great thing. So I don't really understand people's pain point with it, I guess. Like, so with Brawl Stars, I think people, it's just a type of game, right, where people will stop playing once they kind of unlock everything. That's just kind of like a fact with how Brawl Stars is. It's very different to a lot of other games out there, and I think if you take a look at other games, again, Clash Royale, Clash of Clans is so much faster to actually progress. You take a look at like Kairos's free-to-play series, etc. Free-to-play players have a real good chance of maxing out their account by just grinding the game, which is fair enough. And if you want to support the dev team and you just want to upgrade your account quicker, then you can put some money in. I think that's pretty fair, right? So we'll see how it goes in terms of how many Buffies you'll be able to get, especially in combination with like Hypercharges that you got to already get. It seems like they're making a lot of changes to the economy. With a lot of buffs are free-to-play players, so there's just a lot. We've got to test it out, guys. I see a lot of negative feedback constantly, which is a bit draining considering just how many cool features we're getting in this update, seriously. So yeah, with Buffies, I think personally from a like pro standpoint in terms of balance, I guess there'll always be like these new mechanics that come out, right? I think once Buffies have been implemented into the game, there'll be like another mechanic that needs to be something that's engaging, especially for the hardcore players, the new players, some type of new gameplay mechanic. This just happens in a lot of games. Again, like I play Fortnite and they'll just introduce a lot of new weapons, a lot of new like movement mechanics, a lot of it's just standard. But the thing that I'm hoping for is that they, what you can see here with their goals, is that they want to increase depth in gameplay. There's a lot of cool things, but yeah, what I was going to say, it's the thing that I'm hoping for is any like broken abilities. I'm just hoping they're a lot quicker in their balance, and that's all I'm asking for. Like, it's obvious that these things are going to be powerful, or else what is the point of implementing them, right? But as long as we're making much quicker balances in regards to, again, that pain point in the meta with those hypercharges, it lasts way too long, and I can't sugarcoat that. For like 3 or 4 months the meta was completely broken, and it was really bad of them just to leave it like that. But now I'm hoping that they've learned from their mistakes of hypercharges. Hypercharges have been a good thing in Brawl Stars. I think after everything with how they are currently right now, I think they're pretty much perfect. So I'm just hoping, I guess you have to take a lot of data and it will take some months to perfect things, but I'm hoping they've really learned their lesson here. So one thing I wanted to talk about with Buffies is right here. This second point here with goals to revisit previously released brawlers and rework their kits if they don't make sense anymore. That's honestly the most hype thing for me in the update, because if you guys know, I always dive into the meta, I dive into Brawler's best kits, gadgets, star powers, whatever else, and I've just been annoyed for years now that some gadgets and star powers have just been completely left and just never played in pro play. Literally never. I know it's very hard, especially so many Brawlers in the game, to get 2 usable gadgets, 2 usable star powers, but I think for some time it's been very clear that some parts of Brawler's kits are just completely unusable. I like a lot of customizability. Like, that's just, for me, that's beautiful. I like Brawlers that at least have a small niche for their other gadget and stuff. You look at like Brawlers like Sam, for example, you literally can't use the other star power because it's absolutely pointless. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping they go through all of these Brawlers after time. Some Brawlers, a lot of Brawlers in the meta have been power crept, like Jesse, Colt, Rosa, all of these old school brawlers. So I'm hoping they can, just like they did with Bull, rework their kit and make them a lot more fun and a lot more viable in the meta. That's my hope with Buffies, to be honest. And you can see a lot of like points here. Again, I'm not going to go through everything. They want to just increase the depth of Brawl Stars. So another thing that they've added is aimable gadgets. Again, how could you not be excited about this? So instead of, I really thought they were going to add like another button into the game, to be honest. I think this is a good way of, I'm interested to think about all the gadgets that will be better because of this. I don't actually imagine there being too many gadgets, but even the Shelly fast forward, I honestly think that, I mean, it could be good. But at the same time, you just dash where you move anyway. So I still think like just clicking the gadget won't be better. But there will be some interesting plays, and especially the pro players, the really, really top end players will be able to manipulate this in a better way. Who's not for more skill expression inside of a game? This is definitely a good thing, 100%. Yeah, I really, really like it. So yeah, let's just go through these pretty quickly here, because again, I've not given you guys my initial thoughts on it. So you can see here that with the Buffy, the Hypercharge, when you get like a Buffy for your star power, your gadget, and your Hypercharge, right? So with the Buffy with the Hypercharge, it will actually impact their main attack, which is pretty cool. It's only for 5 seconds, right? So I like this because a lot of brawlers have had their Hypercharge rate nerfed, so it won't feel as toxic. And I think it's cool. I think one of the biggest pain points for me, I think with Buffies, that I feel like might have to happen if these Buffies are too strong, is making it so instead of being able to select, I mean, they might have changed this already, being able to select 3 Buffies at the same time. That's how it is currently, I believe. Instead, just making it 2 out of 3 Buffies. I think that could be a good way, especially, again, if they're just too strong. It's just very evident that we shouldn't have all 3 Buffies on at the same time. Again, they could easily change this to make it 1 Buffy, 2 Buffies. I think that would actually be a lot better, because then it's like, okay, well, I've got to sacrifice, I don't know, there's 3 strong Buffies. I've got to think about what I'll need to select to get the best advantage, if that makes sense. I think that could be a good way of a more like a skillful strategy approach inside of Brawl Stars, but we'll see how they are. So yeah, that's Colt's one. Again, I'm not going to read through everything because this would have been highlighted by other YouTubers. Again, with Spike, the gadget has been changed. I mean, it's a throwable pop-in pincushions. That is very weird. I actually didn't see that. I looked at the Hypercharge shot. So again, you can read all that. This was the interesting one. So the needles curve further with the star power and the Buffy, which is ugh. And then I don't think it's shown the other clip, but I swear I seen a Hypercharge Spike and it shot out 2 rounds of. Oh yeah, it is. It's right now. I'm blind. I'm actually blind, bro. My brain is fried. Completely fried. I mean, that is scary. I think out of everything, but it's definitely the one where I'm like, oh, that is not that nice whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, the good thing is here is that it's only 5-second duration of the Hypercharge. Yeah, I mean, that kind of needs to go, but I'm very excited for the reworks of the star powers and the gadgets. So yeah, we've got some cool art with these Buffies. There's a lot of Brawl Pass changes. Again, I'm not going to bore you with everything, but this is what's going to be inside of Brawl Talk, basically. Like 2 new brawlers, all of these, I mean, like a bunch of skin. Like, it's a very hype Brawl Talk, and I'm excited to see if anything changes. The Brawl Pass get more expensive, but there's going to be more rewards. It's better free track now, like a buff to the free track. The Brawl Pass is going to include Chaos Drops. Chaos Drops seem really cool. Again, the big thing about Chaos Drops, which I would like, is if you can see here, well, there's like also keys as well, which is very, very cool. I'm liking this. And wait, if we go further down, there is a chance where you can upgrade this box as well, which is pretty cool. But these new Chaos Drops will include where is it? This was what will be in Ultra Chaos Drops, and I'm hoping like the Ultra Legendary Rarity will be inside of normal Star Drops. I think that would actually give a much needed like reworked Star Drops. I think Star Drops have just been in the game for too long now, and people just aren't that excited even to get legendaries anymore. I feel like it's just too predictable, and after like a year or 2, things just need a little bit of a shuffle. There's always room for improvement. So even if it's the smallest of chances ever in a regular Star Drop to get an ultra legendary, something like this would be very, very cool. And you get the chance here to split. So just like in sushi drops, imagine getting 8 ultra legendary drops. Now that would be mind-blowing. I mean, that is very, very hype that they've done something like this. So I'm very excited, guys. Again, there's so much information here. If you've not read it already in game, there's so much, and it's so hype. Again, like the only I can kind of consider, right, like it's RNG and you can't exactly click the Buffy that you want and pay for. But I think eventually you'll be able to get it. I mean, I think RNG is good sometimes in Brawl. It is, because it adds a lot of excitement into the game. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of RNG years ago, but I'm starting to see why it's actually important in a game like this. So I just want to give it a go, to be honest. I just don't want to read too much into it. I want to give it a fair chance, and I'm excited. There's so many things that will improve Brawl Stars, and I really think Brawl Stars will be on the up again. Mainly because, like, there's just so much Brawl Pass changes. I think a couple of years ago that really brought people back into Brawl Stars. You know, star drops being, well, a new star drop. We've got new Buffies that can change the way that the game's been played. Aimable gadgets. Brawler reworks. This is so hype. I'm honestly, I may not sound it to be honest right now because my brain doesn't work. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel because I'll be doing sneak peeks of all of the Buffies, giving you guys the best meta information possible, giving you guys the breakdowns, and yeah, I'm excited. Brawl Stars is back, guys. All right, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.